right. Greetings, peers and queers. Welcome back to another episode of Monday through Friday. My name is JC, and it's been a while since we've talked. It's been roughly about 3 months since I went ahead and I put up a new video. A lot has happened in that time, but feel like the time is right for me to go ahead and get back on board with things. I'm feeling a little bit better. I've got my ducks a little bit more in a row. And yeah, got some really interesting stuff happening for me personally down the pipeline. So this episode is a kind of a welcome back episode. For those of you who are not familiar with my channel, my name is JC Nova. I am a transgender woman. I am also a goth. I am also a Wiccan, and I am also a witch. Those things don't always intersect, but for me, it's kind of like the whole shebang-a-bang, the whole Venn diagram. I'm right there in the middle. I'm roughly 600 years old. So I'm very excited that April 6th of this year, I will hit my 2-year mark for HRT, hormone replacement therapy. I cannot wait to do a what is new and what I've experienced, what you can expect 2 years on HRT. So the reason that I'm filming today is because tomorrow, the day after I'm filming this, I will be receiving for the first time laser hair removal. I will be experiencing facial laser hair removal. So depending on how light or dark your skin is and how light or dark your hair is, you can expect roughly 7 to 8 sessions of facial hair removal in order for the hair to be gone completely. This is going to be the first session that I have ever had, and we do these laser hair sessions once a month. So hopefully 7 to 8 months down the road, I should experience no more facial hair. That means no more shaving, which is amazing and will save me on razors. Also, it's going to help with gender dysphoria. It is a little bit dysphoric when both my boyfriend and I are crowded around the sink in the morning shaving our faces. It doesn't seem like it should be that way, and I cannot wait for that to be over with. So this video is going to be primarily about laser hair removal of the facial hair. I'm recording this first today so that I can give you a little bit of a background on where I've been and an intro to this, but I will be showing you images of me fresh from the laser. So stay tuned for that. So this is immediately after getting my hair laser removed, facial laser hair removal. They did down the sides of my cheeks, both sides. They did on the jaw, on the chin, and then on my lips. They did warn me that on the lips themselves was where most people experience discomfort. But for me, honestly, the place that I felt the most pain, and it was literally like somewhere between an epilator and a tattoo, was on the soft part of my throat, of my neck area, right here and underneath the jawline. That was the place that kind of hurt the most. And you know what? It didn't really hurt all that much. Less than a bee sting, less than a tattoo. It's pretty much like, it was a little flash of light because they did make me wear goggles, and then they put sunglasses on over the goggles so that the bright light wouldn't hurt my eyes. It was odd because there was a cooling sensation, almost like a cold sensation. And that's because my technician, Jessica, had said, well, it actually releases like a liquid nitrogen as it goes, so that the area doesn't like feel like it's burning. Apparently I do have a little bit of like puffy reaction to it, but it's not anything too bad. And the hair follicles that are there, because they're still there. I haven't shaved in 2 days in preparation for this. The hair follicles are still there, but I should experience them pushing their way out of my skin, because that's what happens when the hair follicle dies. They'll start to fall out. The hair, root, and all will begin to fall out. This was the first session of what I plan to be in what is usually 7 to 8 sessions. Next month, I will go for my second session, but this is, again, immediately after. And you could still see some of the hair there, but I'm also trying to show any discoloring or raised bumps. They did say that on my throat area, I do have a lot of ingrown hairs, and the facial hair removal will help with that. I will no longer have these ingrown hairs once they've all grown out and the follicles are dead. So I'm looking forward to that too. Eventually, I will no longer have to shave. So aftercare, for aftercare, I should stay out of the immediate sunlight. I should try to avoid sunlight for about 2 days, possibly 3. I'm not going to be putting on any liquid foundation or powder makeup. And if I have to, it's going to be very light. But I'm not going to do that for the next 48 hours. I'm not using any sunblock for the next 48 hours. And if I do need to clean my face, I need to be gentle with it and not have like a harsh chemical type thing on there. If I experience any discomfort, I can go ahead and I can take ibuprofen or some kind of like over-the-counter painkiller. So yeah, this is immediately after the facial hair removal. And it feels a little bit warm. It feels like the outside of my face. You know, like when you eat a hot pepper and the inside of your mouth kind of tingles a little bit afterward. That's kind of like what the outside of my face feels like. It feels like the outside of my face ate a hot pepper. But again, this is like fresh from the doctor's office. So to fill you in with where I've been and why I've been absent, I did mention in my last long form video that doing the weekly videos was just eating up a lot of my time and was really starting to get to me, and I wasn't enjoying it like I used to. In fact, for the week leading up to me recording this video, I became very, very anxious. I became very anxious to jump back in the hot seat and start recording for y'all again. Now, these videos do act kind of like my own personal diary and a little bit like my own form of therapy. I felt that the time was right for me to come back. I had taken off enough time and I got a little bit relaxed and things seemed to calm down a little bit more. I'm a little bit more settled into my home here. Things are a little bit more even, a little bit more balanced. And you know us Libras, we're all about balance. So right now is a perfect time to get back into it, because if you don't start doing the thing, it'll never get done. On the 20th of March, we will be experiencing the spring equinox. That is going to be the first day of spring, also known as Ostara. Sounds a little bit like Easter, doesn't it? Easter, Ostara, Ishtar, they're all kind of tied in together. Sad bit of news for those of you who are longtime listeners, longtime watchers. You may have seen a few episodes where I unboxed like gifts from my aunts Carolee and Sue. Or heard me talk about my aunts Carolee and Sue. About 2 weeks ago, my Aunt Sue got a hold of me to let me know that my Aunt Carolee was not doing so great. And my aunt, the only blood relation I have that I still talk to, passed away. She passed away from liver complications due to a car accident that she had back in August and an ongoing illness that she had. Plus the medication that she was taking to help with that kind of sped things along a little bit. But my Aunt Carolee has passed away, and this is particularly rough for me because ever since I was a little kid, I looked up to her. I looked up to her as not only being, queer like me being a very young child and being like, if my Aunt Carolee can do it, if she can live the way that she wants, I can do this. I can grow up. I can be brave. I can live my truth too. Having someone like that near to me, related to me, helped me more times than I can tell you. When problems would arise with my family, where they would be like, you can't do that, you can't step out of line, what's all this nonsense about liking boys and girls and others, knock that off, or being gay, being queer is a lonely life. I would think back to my Aunt Carolee and the fact that she's had my Aunt Sue as her partner for 20 plus years. That's longer than most hetero relationships that I know. That's longer than most hetero marriages that I know. So me and my Aunt Sue were talking fairly recently about Carolee's passing, and she was comfortable. The hospice nurses made sure that she was comfortable, and she did it the way that she wanted to, without prolonging things or holding on, grasping to life, by any means necessary. She went, she was comfortable, and it was a peaceful passing. And that's ultimately what I wanted for her. She was a very incredible woman. She was in the military. She served in the military. She's seen multiple different countries. Her and Sue were paranormal investigators. And in their off time, they hunted for Bigfoot. They lived in Washington State, and they both hunted for Bigfoot. Very cool. Very cool. It's like having an action hero. It's like if Amelia Earhart or Sigourney Weaver from Aliens was related to you. Just the huge character that she had and the tenacity that she had is incredible. When I was very young, 1, maybe 2 years old, my Aunt Carolee got me a stuffed animal, and that stuffed animal was a little pink rabbit. Now, remind you that I was, assigned male at birth. Somehow Aunt Carolee knew, and she got me a little pink bunny rabbit. And I loved that thing. And I held on to it, and that was like my security blanket until I was about 7. And then my dad and my mom and my, at the time, stepdad were like, you need to put that down, stop playing around with childish things and stuff like that. It's a little bit weird. You're this old and you have this pink rabbit. I held on to it. I didn't carry it around with me all the time, but I held on to it. I kept it up with all my other stuffed animals. And then when my brother had his daughter, when my niece was born, I went ahead and I gave my niece that same pink bunny rabbit, that stuffed animal that I loved, that I knew held significance for me, that I got from my aunt. So from one aunt to a niece, and then from an aunt to another niece, it got passed along. And I do not have contact with my brother nor my niece anymore, which if you see this, please get a hold of me talking to my niece. But I'm very thankful that I went ahead and I did that when I did. It means a lot to me. It meant a lot to me to have that thing for so long. And it was a constant reminder of I have somebody who knows, who is like me, that is looking out for me. I loved my Aunt Carolee. I continue to love my Aunt Carolee, and I love my Aunt Sue. And that is probably the most significant thing that has happened in the 3 months I've been off. And that happened fairly recently, within the last week or two. So that's kind of fresh in my memory. Other than that, starting Friday, today is the 13th, Monday. So starting plus 5, I want to say Friday the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Starting St. Patrick's Day, I am going to begin taking injectable estrogen. That's right, Planned Parenthood, because I go to Planned Parenthood for not only my transgender care, but also pretty much any of my doctor care. I go through Planned Parenthood, and this includes complications with my diabetes, my sexual health. The women there are amazing. The staff there are amazing. Planned Parenthood, by the way, if you are trans or if you're any member of the LGBT, hit up Planned Parenthood because they are your allies. Just walk. So my boyfriend was tiptoeing around and he's giving me crap. He says he enjoys being my little spoon because when I fart, it's like he has a jetpack. I don't know how to take that, but I know how he takes it. So, so yeah, I got the prescription and I got the go-ahead from Planned Parenthood to begin doing injectable estrogen. Friday I get paid. I will be paying this out of pocket because my insurance does not cover injectable estrogen. My insurance has covered the pill form of estrogen and also covers the patch form, but I don't know. I'm outgrowing the pill form, and I've heard that the patch form is kind of hit or miss. So I'm going to try my hand at the injectable estrogen, and I will be letting you folks know any changes that I notice going from pills to injectable. I do have a suspicion that I will see more breast growth being on the injectable estrogen as opposed to the pill form. And that's merely going off of my ex-partner. When she went from pills to injectables, she grew a little bit when it came to the girls. Beyond that, April 6th will be the 2-year anniversary for my hormones for HRT. And I will be showing a video of like changes from all the way at the beginning till now on 2 years. And also from the 1-year mark to the 2-year mark, which is a significant leap. Let me tell you this. 1 year on HRT, everything begins to change. 2 years on HRT, that's a big one. So stay tuned for that episode. Thank you all very much again for watching. And for those of you who are longtime viewers, I am coming back. I'm going to try to do at least one video every 2 weeks. And for those of you who are new to the channel and subscribed while I was away, I'm back now. You will be seeing brand new content from me. Again, I'm going to try to do a new video once every 2 weeks, at least at first, so I don't burn myself out. I'm back, y'all, and I look forward to what 2023 has to bring to us. Thank you all very much for watching. Bye.